What's going on, everybody, man? You know what it is, man. Now it's time for the podcast, man. Hopefully, y'all just went and watched that interview we had with my man E. Hall. He's still a guest. He's going through the podcast with us, man. Again, Mask Uncovered Podcast. Hit us up on all platforms, man. So here we go, man. JYDFECE.
It's your boy Hollywood Skiz. Same on all platforms.
E. Hall still with you. Three's up.
We got a couple of people in the audience. You might hear some other voices, man. T-Mac and J-Mac type of. Anyway, but we're going to get right into it the way we always start off our podcast, man. You know what it is. Y'all look forward to seeing it, hearing it, and actually tasting it, man. It's the drink of the day.
Well, hold on. Hollywood didn't get his Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Got
new drink of the day. What you got for us, Skizzo, tonight, man? Hollywood. What's the
new Prada's on? Hold on.
What's the new?
You talking?
The new Dada's on. Oh, Dada. Oh, back in the day, you remember the
DAB? That was a brand, right? Wasn't that a brand?
Yeah. It has them on right now.
Oh, you got the Dada.
But anyway, you know how niggas get out here because I'm from up the hill, you know, but don't worry about it.
He came down the hill, though. He ain't with us.
Oh, I was about to say, what's the drink of the day?
How you gonna access this drink, man?
Yo, we gonna go right from the drink of the day to the mascot. We gonna cut it off.
Today we doing the Mi Amigo Mango. New drink. Like I said, everything we do here original, man. Nothing, we don't get it from no bars. No one gives us no ideas. We do this all day. This is part of what we do. So this is the Mi Amigo Mango.
Not Mia X from my man. Not that Mia X.
Mia X. She smoked crack now from the LL show.
Master P. Mia X.
What was the other chick from the LL show? She was smoking and shit. Mia from LL. Remember that show we had? Anyway, nigga, this is something different, man. You got me off track. So we got the Casamigos first.
Don't even know the drink. My man don't even know.
We drank out here for real. This is all new. We ain't cutting shit. We ain't editing nothing.
I paused it a few minutes ago. Nice.
I hope you didn't. Put a little bit of that. Y'all see it, right?
They can't see it. You blocking this shit.
Man, get a bigger table, man. What's the budget looking like? This little ass table and shit.
That's how it starts.
We got the Welch's Mango Twist. This is what makes it, guys. Shake it up. Don't just throw it in there, you know what I'm saying? It's cost $5 too and shit.
Inflation, man.
Yeah, we doing good out here now. We got a budget now. We selling these shirts.
$250 on it.
You said it before I said it.
A little bit of that.
$1.25 I tried.
I don't know. I got to cut this lime up real quick. Slice of lime, lemon.
Thank y'all for coming out.
Nah, bear with me. Come on, man. Everybody making a drink. Come on, man. They clowning me, but this is for real. Lemon. Y'all see what it is. Get that out your way. Lime. I got this motherfucking Walmart knife. We from the hood out here. Shit, don't even matter. Any napkins? Would it help? Help?
Nah, you on your own, man.
My man. That's why I fucks with you. Good partner. My dude. Better than my front. Got the lime in there then. The new Sprite.
Polar Spritzer.
Nah. I got the Poland lime spritzer. Just top that off. Throw that to the side.
And that's the Mi
Got a
Amigo.
little spoon. Mi Amigo.
Mi Amigo.
That's all
Mango.
name. Mi Amigo Mango.
Mi Amigo Mango.
You ain't gotta be from Mexico or nothing like that to drink it, right?
Nah, you just gotta have the money to buy the products. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Ooh, that's alright.
The Mi Amigo Mango.
Like we bullshitting out here. It's alright. Alright, I know. Okay, y'all. Let's get back into what we really do out here. Back into this Super Bowl. I know y'all seen Matthew Stafford get his first ring this year. I was kind of rooting for him. He didn't get MVP, but still got a ring. They get Cooper Kupp got the MVP, but they beat the, what was it, 23-20
Yeah, beat the
Rams
Cincinnati
over
Bengals.
Cincinnati-
I actually wanted Aaron
Bengals.
Donald to get that MVP, but I can understand why they gave it to Cooper Kupp. He dominated that last drive.
That
but-
last drive, like
yeah, that last drive.
half
made,
his stats.
Yeah, it made everything. It made
Thank you, bro.
everything. But
Appreciate that.
Aaron
Help me out.
Donald dominated that
I'm
game,
looking
man.
for Odell to get it.
Yeah, he probably would have. He probably would have. He probably would have.
Yeah, but anyway, I think they gave it to the right guy. I think Cooper Kupp, he deserved it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like,
I mean, Aaron Donald came through at the end of the game, but I think Cooper Kupp deserved it. It was like almost 100 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, most of it when it counted, when no other receiver was available to do anything because Odell Beckham, out in the first half. So let's get it, Cooper Kupp.
Started off well.
Also, we're going to get into the Super Bowl halftime. That's legendary, actually. I mean,
that's what made the stupid.
that made the football game itself. You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely.
And people say it was the best ever. I don't know about that, but I think it was the best vibe ever. You got an LA team in the Super Bowl, then you get Snoop and Dre back together. So I guess if you were there and you were vibing, you probably never had a vibe like that ever. You know what I mean?
I think that lineup was classic. The lineup was definitely maybe one of the best.
Yeah, and where it was, and Snoop acquiring Death Row recently.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
I think that made more than the show actually itself, which, the show was still dynamic. Yeah, Mary J. Hitting vocals like I thought I was praying for her, but she hit him.
Like whole Mary,
Yeah, Mary hit him. Dancing normal, like.
Definitely, like you said, just mixing up. Obviously adding Eminem to it didn't hurt. But, although he's Caucasian, he's still one of the top MCs in the hip hop culture. So, but adding Mary J. Blige and then 50 Cent dropping down. Exactly from like the video he did from Dr. Dre's
Chubb Rock.
Why didn't he?
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, shit, he eating off
He
all
ain't
that.
all the money,
I
man,
mean, all
man,
that
come on,
stars
man.
money, man, all them
I know.
powers, man.
I
We
know.
all addicted to power, so obviously he addicted to money, and that money added a little bit
coming in.
shoulder weight.
No
So
doubt.
I wasn't mad at it, man. But what really was hot, man, I swear, not only just M taking a knee, like in support of Kaepernick, but like when Mary J. Blige fell like back on that rooftop, man, that was a beautiful picture. I know a lot of people like to see all that other stuff, whatever, and it was
Yeah.
good. Especially with Snoop Dogg having his mom who just passed away in a picture of his old crib when he
crib.
walked down the stairs. People didn't peep that. He had a picture of his mom's in the back
seen
and like
that,
that house.
yeah.
So that was major, man. But I definitely like that visual. Everything was popping, man.
Yo, you know it was dope too how hood culture. They had dudes crip walking on the Super Bowl,
Facts.
man, on international
we
TV.
came far,
like,
didn't we?
Yeah, I'm like,
Didn't we?
just
Yeah,
like hood
you
culture
right. You
because
right.
it's become mainstream. Hood
I
culture
don't
become
know
mainstream.
how true it is or true it was, but I did see something on the book today when Dre pointed up to the roof.
Yeah.
Supposedly that was Tupac on the roof, hologram.
Oh, they had the
So
hologram.
Oh, yeah?
I can watch that.
Wow.
Oh, that was also cool.
Remember they played the little pop beef
the
all
pop
over
on
that
piano
piano.
was
When
Dre
they
did the-
pointed
yep.
up, that was supposedly
Ah.
Tupac on the roof. They went to the shot.
Oh,
of the
shit,
roof,
yeah.
And then you can see him from the back. Supposedly
Okay.
that was Tupac.
Wow, they probably
And
took that
Kendrick
part out.
Lamar, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Kendrick ripped it. I thought that Kendrick had a hot pot.
And I thought that
I mean,
was
that
dope. I
basically
think-
was a tribute to Dre.
it was-
what
I was gonna say, I
Kendrick
think
Lamar
Dre
did.
produced most of.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Dre produced the whole show. I think I
Yeah.
think most of the music was Dre produced music too.
Yeah, all of that was Drake. Drake put up $7 million for the whole show because people
Okay.
gotta know that the Super Bowl
Okay.
don't pay artists. Like people, like you pay for like the Super Bowl tells you like, yo, you should be proud to be here. So Drake put up $7 million to actually have that put together. So it was just immaculate. The way everybody was on time, the way everybody hit every note.
Every note, the dancers were
no
coordinated
problems, no
stuff.
issues, man. So that was major.
And the way
Now-
Jay-Z ended it, that's just,
Yeah.
The Jay Z fan always got it.
you know I got to put Jay in it.
I
That's
put
my
Jay,
dude.
that's my dude.
Yo, there was good
All
and
day.
bad with that because that, the Super Bowl parties had some issues. I don't know if y'all know about, Trisha Anna, like that's Akon's ex-wife. She's actually on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
She was at a party or whatever, got into a beef with a certain individual. They was beefing. Then it went out. The beef ended up going outside. She actually got sliced in the face.
Right.
And they even took a $15,000 chain. So we don't want to miss stuff like that. But actually, Kodak Black and 3 others was shot outside of the Justin Bieber after party, where nobody was hurt like major, like they all was out the hospital within a day or two. Kodak Black got shot in the leg, but it looked like Beef had jumped off. They still trying to figure out why everything transpired, but the guy they was jumping on, he just started shooting or what have you. So
it looked like he was defending somebody in his camp,
right.
Kodak Black, and guy just pulled out and just if you see the video, kid was just shooting, like he wasn't aiming, like he shot in the crowd. 4 other people were hurt. Nothing life threatening, thank God. 2 people rushed to the hospital. I think the other 2 friends brought them to the hospital. So thank God it wasn't a murder to just fuck up that whole Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That would have just diminished everything that happened. So thank God everyone survived.
Thank God everybody survived, because that Super Bowl halftime party was immaculate, and just having us down in LA was major. And as we always do, man.
You know it. Unmasked, this is what we do. It's we known for, not just the drink of the day, but we end all our episode with the unmasked question thought of the day. And tonight's topic, JD, what we doing?
Here we go. Like, typically start thinking about different concepts, man, but this is the one we jumping into tonight, man. Being a young parent myself, should parents change their lifestyle once they have kids? So with that, whether you're 18, 25, 30, 50, whatever age you have your first child, is it over for you personally, the way you lived your life? Should you now change your lifestyle for your kid? How do y'all feel about that? And typically we want to jump right into Skizzo to speak on it, then we go to the guests, and then we have some audience members. But what do you think?
With me, I'd love to hear the argument for this one, but of course you do. I don't see how you can't. Like, once a baby's involved, like, your life, doesn't it stop? Like, how could it not stop to care for the needs of this child? Like, you can't party 2 a.m. anymore, or you can't play you know what I'm saying? It has to change, is what I'm saying. This is common sense for me. I don't know where it goes for you guys, but if it doesn't change, please let me know why it doesn't change when you have a kid, and why your life doesn't change.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I think once you have a kid, man, you got to look at your life, man. But certain things you just can't do, because if you don't have a sitter, you can't be out, like you said, till 2 a.m. But do you want to do those same things once you have a kid? Most of your time and your focus is going to go on that kid now. Unless you're just a parent who you're addicted to partying, addicted to going out, and you're like, I don't give a damn. It's just, can you watch my kids? Like, you know what I mean? But that's irresponsible. I think some parts of your life, that don't mean you have to be boring and don't have fun or live, but you can't do everything you should do. So parts of your life will change. It just depends on what kind of life you live. Because some of us, we've aged out of the club scene. But there's some 40, 50-year-olds or some folks who want to stay in the club or have a good time or whatever. So it just depends on what kind of life you live before you had children. But, if you're going to be a responsible, on-point parent, you got to change. Some things have to change.
I'll say this, after letting y'all talk, and then we jump right into the audience. I'll say, ideally, that's fun to hear. That's what you would think. That's what you would hope. Being a young parent myself, but also seeing a lot of my peers, I think it's been different more for the females, because they actually have the kid and they're usually at home. And I'm talking that because I don't think y'all decipher between whether it was an age group, whether you was 18. I think you did mention if you was older, like maybe you older than the club. So if you're 40, you have your first kid, you shouldn't be going to a club anyway. Right. I'm looking at an 18-year-old, a 25-year-old, between 18 and 28. All right. I've seen and I've been a part of, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. But I'm not going to change what I'm doing. I'm still going to go and do my little club thing, my little hang out with the fellas thing. I'm still going to go play pool. Like, okay, Shorty got it. Right or wrong, that's what transpired. My mindset really wasn't there to be on something like, of course I wanted to be there for the family and I thought I was doing the right thing, but as far as long as I'm, working, or long as I'm providing for the family, and long as I'm there until like 6 o'clock in the evening or 8 o'clock in the evening, whatever time frame it was like, okay, so from 10 p.m. till 4 in the morning, why do I have to be home? So I felt I'm still young and dumb. Like that's party time. I could go to a club. Like why? What am I gonna do? Sleep while the baby sleep? Like so. Ideally, I understand what y'all saying, but is that reality? But mind you, we're not just speaking on what we should do. What have we done? Also, what have we seen our peers do? And typically, I've seen more of the females sit home or whatever, change their lifestyle. But also, I've seen some alternate. I've seen some of the men like, okay, well, I'm going out Friday, and then the females be on some shit like, well, listen, I'm going out Saturday.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So that's why I'm like, okay, this ain't just a dumbass question. Like, where should you or would you? Like, what has happened?
Oh yeah, I'm just basing on what you should do. That's what I thought the question was. What happens, of course. Like,
okay, but if that was the case, then we can end the podcast right now. Yeah. Obviously, we want to expand. We want the people to understand what we're saying. We're thinking about. We're talking to thousands of people, at least 15 tonight. But listen,
I get you.
No. But in reality, listen what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. But yeah,
this is why this is Mask Uncovered, because this is what people typically want to hear me say. That okay, I have a child, and I've changed my life, and I'm doing this. Fuck that. That didn't happen. That mentally I might have changed some things, or physically I might have changed some things, but in all actuality, I did not change the way I was living my full life as I should have or could have. Eventually, I grew into those things, and I started to see. But I don't want to dominate the conversation. Like, we all had a few pieces. Obviously, I could talk for 10 minutes, but I would like to hear. Let's start off with the young lady in the corner, T-Mac. What would you like to say?
I don't think you should change as a parent or when you become a parent, but I think your level of responsibility should change. I think that when you have a child, you're responsible now for another individual. So you need to be responsible. Like, if you're an irresponsible person, you need to become responsible. Like, that has to now be your priority. So, if you still like to go out, you're may have to cut that out a little bit because you have a responsibility now.
Right.
I think when people think of parenthood, they always think about what's going to be taken away from you as an individual. You still are that individual. Just because you become a parent doesn't mean that you're still not going to like to maybe have a glass of wine.
Absolutely.
Or you're not going to like to go out with your girls, and have a girls' night out or have a date night or whatever it is. You still want to do those things because you're still an individual. You're a parent now. But I do think your level of responsibility needs to change. So if you used to go out every weekend, you may not be able to do that now because you have a responsibility.
Absolutely.
And I think if people look at it like that, they won't view parenthood as a prison.
Right.
You still should have
That's just a
fun.
prison.
You still should be able to enjoy yourself, but you do have a responsibility. So, for example, should you go out and buy a new car when you know that you have to buy school clothes? No, you shouldn't. Your level of responsibility now has to change. There has to be a priority. You're still a person. You still want things. You still desire things. You still have things that you like to do. But you need to become responsible. And I think that's the problem now is that people think, oh, I don't have to change. I can still go out and have fun. It's not about whether or not you want to go out and have fun. But is that the responsible thing to do? So to me, that should really be the question.
And it's a different question. Is the responsibility over should you change? Like, because change sounds so big. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Change, but I do agree with that. Your responsibility, your level of responsibility, how often you do things, when and how,
question.
you know what I'm saying? So
I agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Because I changed the context a little bit, but I get both sides, but it definitely changed the context.
But even with that responsibility change, how many people are doing it?
But no, of course, that's the other part of it. Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
absolutely.
So, of course, I can't speak on y'all. Y'all could have to speak it from yourself. I'm an individual that know that I didn't change a lot of things in the beginning.
Absolutely.
Although I might have changed some things slightly, I know that overall, once I got older and once I started seeing things a certain way, and now you have a second child, you're like, damn, what I thought I was doing, like, so instead of going out for 4 weeks at a time, I only went out for 3 weeks at a time. Like something like that. Like that's me
change.
thinking that.
It's a change.
That's a change.
Right. Now, was it the right change? Was it the responsible thing? Did I change my life for my child in that aspect of changing your life for your child?
It's more
You know what I mean?
change
It's a lot. It's a lot.
If you
Right,
change,
right.
yeah, if you change 1 week, you change
But even if
for
you
your
change your
child,
mentality.
and you change because you had a child. You change if you went out 4 weeks and you say I'm gonna do 3 weeks. The
That's a
only
change.
reason you're doing 3 weeks is because you have a child. If he wasn't here, you'd be still doing 4 weeks.
Now, what about changing your mentality versus your physical actions? So, like now, I could change mentally. Like, okay, I just had a daughter. Like, boom. So mentally, I'm not moving or thinking certain ways, but physically, I'm still going out 4 weeks in a row. But mentally, I'm like, damn, I got a kid. Like, I'm saving my money. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Your mental controls
So-
your physical.
so
right?
not all the time.
All right,
That's
okay.
all I'm saying. Like, especially I can only speak, of what a man can do or what a man is doing. But I'm just saying and looking at how the female may be sitting, because typically the females have the child. And the females are breastfeeding. The females have the kid at the house.
Right.
So now, are we committing as much as we should or could, the way y'all said we should commit? Are we really committing fully to that situation?
Yes. It's individual based.
Yeah, it's
you're
very
right.
individual based,
yeah.
Individually
Because
based.
part of the
But
change
just
of behavior-
overall, because like we might say, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but like we might say, oh yeah, you should do,
You should
or
change.
I
But
did.
then then that's
Well, yeah.
another question.
Yeah, like now overall, like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like the podcast game right now, we just like, oh yeah, you should. All right, thank you for coming. No, we're talking. This is mask uncovered. Take the mask off. What did you do? What did you see happen? What did your uncle do? What did your father do? What, you know what I mean? Like, so let's give me a little bit more than just okay. Yeah, I should definitely do this. Like everybody should do that. Nah, what the fuck? I know that I did not change initially the way I should have. I wish I did, but and then a slight change, like you said. Okay, instead of 5 weeks going out, I'm only going out 4. Or 5. All right, yeah, that was good to me. I changed something. Is that really what that should mean? Is that really a change? Like, did we really have an impact when you change your life so-called from 5 weeks going out to 4 weeks or 4 weeks going out to 3 weeks?
It's not really
is that-
changing your life, it's just changing behavior. Changing your behavior is not necessarily changing your whole life. Your life is just behavior. Paul, y'all asked me a question. What was to help me when I had to make that shift? Part of it was having my first child. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I get locked up, man. My son ain't gonna see me. So I had to change I had to change behavior instantly. Like if I get locked up tonight, my son won't see me. And so again, I think it's a couple of different questions being asked. That's a loaded question.
Exactly.
It's a great question.
I feel the
you know?
same way. I had my daughter in the projects. When I had my daughter Bria with Trina in the
Yep.
project, I had to change, and that's what I had to do. I couldn't hang out with Ken and y'all every week and shit, smoking that 1-800 and shit, that bullshit weed y'all had. I couldn't do that no more. I had to be home. I had to learn how to.
No doubt.
Yeah. So you of
What's
course
the fault, man?
you
Some
have
people
to change, but some people don't, and
Some
it's
don't,
what
yeah.
it's what it is. But if the question is, do you have to change? Yes, you have to
To
change.
be an effective dad.
To be
or mother,
effective dad, yeah.
And
That's
the
the
biggest
question.
change
Yeah.
because mom's
But
gonna be there most of the
if
time.
Dewey, and you want to be realistically, no, a lot of us don't do as
All right,
much.
all right,
Yeah.
all right. Well, look, like now let me throw the monkey wrench in, because now here we go. All right, so now I'm 21 years old. I decided
No,
to
you
live
ain't,
now.
nigga.
Like so I decided to have a child, whatever. So because I made a baby, you gotta watch your words. I ain't gonna say a mistake or whatever. All right,
You
so I
buy
made
a
a baby.
pit bull, yeah.
Okay, so now you're trying to tell me that at 21 through 25, but I should not still act or behave like a young adult. I should not.
Destructive behavior.
Right, but I'm saying like my life is now over because I just had a kid.
Actually, your
No,
life just
just
begun.
beginning.
That's why I said that
No.
your level of responsibility should change.
Right. Not
Like,
your life.
you could be, I mean, it's 14-year-old kids out here having children. Are they
They're
gonna?
not raising a kid. Those
No, but what
grandmamas
I'm
out
saying
there.
is,
Right.
even though they need financial assistance to help with that
More
child,
than finance.
doesn't mean that they don't need to change their level of responsibility.
They
So,
don't,
like, your mother shouldn't be getting up in the middle of the night with that baby.
but they are at 14.
I'm
Yeah,
not saying that they're not, but that's why I'm saying that if they change their level of responsibility, they're gonna realize that this is my baby,
Absolutely.
and I'm responsible for making sure that if the baby cries at 2 in the morning, at 4 in the morning, I'm actually getting up. Now, I may need my mother's assistance because I may not know what to do at 14, but I'm initially getting up to see what's going on with my baby.
So what
that-
you've known from that same aspect you just said, are they? So a 14-year-old has a kid and
Some,
Some do,
Some
some
don't.
don't.
Some
Right.
do, some don't.
Right.
Right.
That's
some
what I'm
do, some don't.
some are.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. The level of responsibility needs to change.
And that changes who you are too. If you change a level of responsibility, I think that changes who you are too, because you have to consistently be that person until you guide this dude until whoever the kid is until being a teenager, adulthood. So like you said, I agree. The level of responsibility changes, but that level of responsibility changes you too.
It's-
It may or it may not change.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, man.
You're
And some of
right.
the things may be fun.
So-
If you change how much fun you have over something destructive, like I'm selling drugs, I can go to jail. You can still be a fun person. You can still have fun.
Right.
You got to look at, okay, am I doing the
Just
way
have to
that-
change.
I got to change it. You got to alter this a little
Can
bit.
still be
And
fun.
some things, if it's destructive and it
Right.
can hurt your child, you need to let it go.
All right. So
Right.
last
Right.
last thing I want to say.
Trash,
right?
you get to share. We didn't let
Listen,
Trash in.
yeah.
We just let run it,
No,
man.
no, I asked him. I already asked him.
He said, go, okay,
yeah,
okay,
he said
okay.
go. So last thing I want to say, right?
Call good host. Good
Now,
host.
this is the one thing, right? I love what we're all saying, and it all makes sense in our adulthood, our mindset that we're saying right now. Being honest, you don't have to speak on your own self, your own situation. I'm gonna say this: did you do that when you had kids at a young age? I think we all did, at least under 25. I know I had mine at 22, but either
Yeah.
way,
That's what it
did we at when we did it? And you don't have to say yes or no to that, but your peers, did you see the men or the boys that were your age when they had kids by a shorty? Did they change?
A lot of them didn't.
Being factual.
A lot.
That's all.
Let's say why a lot of them didn't.
No,
Because a lot of them were raised in single mother households.
Okay, facts.
That was one of the
Facts.
things, so they didn't know how
Facts.
to be. And so a lot of times the young ladies were forced to change because they were the primary
Fact.
caretaker. But our peer group, I didn't always see that change. Dudes are still doing a lot of the same things because they wasn't the primary caretaker.
And that's where I'm going with this. Let's not sit up here as 40 plus, 50 plus year olds sitting up here saying like something that we wish would have happened or want to happen today. I'm saying this is why this is Mask Uncovered. Let's say what we did at that time, what we think at this time. We're talking to the youth right now when we're not talking about people that have an idea, that have businesses and all that stuff, having kids. What did we do? What did we see happen? We're talking to them right now. Them people 18 to 28.
So you should
okay.
rephrase the question.
No, but
As-
it's still
as a
the
young
same.
man,
Yeah, no.
you
Should you change? But this is what I'm saying. Like, okay,
All we're doing is changing the question each time someone talks. That's what we're doing.
no, we're not. No.
To me.
I'm just saying. No, I think no. All we're doing is
My
saying.
opinion.
No. You answered
That's
the
why
question.
I'm mad.
No, know what it is? You answered the question as the adult you are today.
No,
Right.
I'm answering the question as it was posed to
As
me.
a-
So
as
should
a-
you change?
You should
Yes.
change. You should change.
Yes,
But
you
you
should.
say,
Yes.
as young men,
You should
you
change.
At
Anytime you bring
at
it back-
18, did you feel that way?
probably not.
At
That's-
18,
that's
did
why
you
people-
feel that way? Yes or no? 18, did you feel that way?
Did I feel what? Gone to an 18 me. What are you asking me?
Should
I'm
you-
18 years old right
You
now.
just have a kid. Should you change your lifestyle?
Yes,
I did
Okay.
at 21. I did.
I did.
No, we're not
Yes.
saying you
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
Now, how many of your peers that you know did the same thing?
My
Some
peers are
people-
right here. They all did the same thing.
The
Your
peers in
peers
this
ain't right
room.
here.
Yeah.
Your peers
If you
ain't
cut
right
all
here.
the
Sure.
peers,
That's
I'm
why I
talking
grew
about all
up.
your peers. I'm talking about
Some
all
did
your-
and some
like,
didn't.
All my peers. I mean, come
That's
on.
all
Like,
good.
how we gonna do? We
That's
can't
a
do
little-
that.
No,
All
you
my-
got
we
to.
can't do
No.
that.
You got to like.
You can't do
All right,
all
let's
my
not-
peers. I don't
let's
know.
Let's not be
the
insane.
ratio.
Let's not be insane.
You doing that?
You guys are
all
being,
my peers.
You guys are not being. Well, this is. We want you to.
That's not being
you
smart.
guys are
I
not
don't
being
know.
right. You guys know that you have everybody and their mama from 18 to 30 that were having kids by women, and then you ask them, "How's your son doing? How's your daughter doing?" I haven't seen them in years. So let's not sit up here and act like I'm the only one that's sitting up here
That's not
thinking
what
this
we're
aspect.
saying. We're saying there's some people who did it, but you're asking all our peers. Like, I don't know all our peers. Like, I'm saying the peers I grew up with, I say the majority of us did change, is what I'm telling you.
Change something.
For me, you're asking me. I'm not, you can't tell me what I'm answering.
Correct the mundo.
Yeah, the majority of my peers changed, yes. Were there some who did what you said? Yes. But if you ask me the question, let me answer my question that you asked me. Yes, they changed.
Man, like I said, I didn't never change the question. It was still the same question. I was just asking about a younger you, not the adult us, not what we expect, not what we
A younger me changed, a
Same
younger
thing
you
you said,
changed,
everything.
a younger him changed, and a
No,
younger him
no,
changed.
no, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say.
Oh, my fault.
That's why you gotta watch the podcast. I said I didn't change. Okay.
You said you didn't
So
change at all with your first
Okay.
kid.
So, again.
No, answer the
thank
question.
y'all for coming out.
The question
man.
was-
Yeah, you
Y'all-
did change, nigga.
No.
Of course you
No.
did. Of course you did. You changed with your first kid. You had to. Because a first kid
My
brings
actual-
changes. No matter if you're a piece of shit or not.
Okay.
A first kid brings changes.
So what I'm saying is, what you guys think that, okay, so from going out from 5 weeks to 4 weeks is changing. If you want to consider that change,
It is.
then
That's a change in behavior. It's a change in
okay,
responsibility.
okay. So now, if y'all think that that's a change with raising a kid, then I bow down to y'all with that aspect. And what I'm talking about is a change is, okay, I'm not going out at all. I have a kid now. I'm changing my life because now I have a seed.
Completely.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about a change and over. Not a slight change, not that, okay, no, I'm not doing this. But either way, like, we're not going to beat this up. So it was good. We all made our points. And,
Okay.
And
We have
we want
trash.
to hear y'all.
Oh, he got his trash to talk.
That's gonna be
Listen,
a whole nother part.
We definitely want to hear y'all comments, man. Like, yo, respond back. Tell us what we think and tell us we good, bad, or indifferent, man.
Still change
We love
something.
y'all, man. Masculine Cover Podcast. Not just go to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and like it. Man.
Please comment.
Thank y'all for
Thank
coming
you.
out, man.
Peace and blessings.
Right.
Hollywood Skiz.
Yo, Fitz.